So this is our third cruise on the MSC Meraviglia and our first cruise ever to the island of Bermuda. As you can see, we were sailing out of Brooklyn, and as with our previous cruises, we had driven to the terminal from our home in Ohio. We've covered that drive as well as embarkation in previous videos. However, for this cruise, we were in Yacht Club, and it's worth repeating that embarkation is one area where that program really shines. It was about as stress-free as embarkation gets. Alright, I guess we're going to go see what they're doing in terms of the sail-away party on deck 16. Apparently nothing yet. Anyway, we wound up going to deck 19 in Yacht Club for sail-away. So I'm not sure if they ever ended up doing anything on the Lido deck. Deck 19 was more subdued than a typical sail-away, with people just hanging out and chatting. The crew did a great job of supplying plenty of cocktails and tasty treats at the buffet, and we enjoyed meeting what would turn out to be a fantastic group of fellow cruisers. The trip to Bermuda from Brooklyn takes a little over a day, with our departure at 3 p.m. on Sunday and arrival at 6 a.m. on Tuesday. Keep in mind, Bermuda is 1 hour later than Eastern Standard Time. The sea day turned out to be incredibly pleasant and restful, with mild seas, reasonable temperatures, and no rain. For lunch on Monday, we enjoyed some tacos and drinks at Ola Taco, one of the premium dining experiences. Upon arriving in Bermuda, we were met by a pilot who expertly guided us through the treacherous maze of reefs that surround the island. Eventually, we tied up in front of the Norwegian Gem and prepared to go ashore. We are here. Say hi, Julie.
Hi.
I don't know if the mic is going to pick us up. We'll see. Vehicles keep right, pedestrians keep left. We're pedestrians.
Yeah, we're not vehicles.
We are pedestrians at the moment. So we're going to work our way over and try to find the visitor information center where we think we can buy our daily bus passes.
That's how it was in Grant.
So we've got the Norwegian something or another in port with us.
Can you imagine how much their boat's walking? Like our boat's walking.
And you can see it's not nearly as crowded as I thought it was going to be.
Morning.
Hi. Such a beautiful day. It's a little overcast. All right, let's find bus passes.
Adventure card. You can win prizes and all that good stuff. Hey, how we doing? Welcome.
Fairly certain that when I was looking on maps this morning that it was over this way.
Is it that little thing right there that says Explore Bermuda, maybe?
Possibly. It might be.
Hi.
Good morning.
Check out the line at the visitor center. It's a little lengthy. This is where you get your bus passes. It's pandemonium out here. No kind of organized line or anything. Everybody's just waiting to crush their way onto this ferry to St. George. There's only... Actually, no, this one's going to Hamilton, right? So it runs every hour.
And you can take either.
Yeah. Oh, we have to...
Stay right. Let's go over there.
You have a smaller bill?
I got mine. How might have lost it?
Take your pick I've got.
It's funny, I thought they said no motorcycles on this one, but apparently I was wrong. Is that... Well, okay. Sort of a motorcycle. They're packing them in. surprising how many people they fit on this shuttle. It's a little bit of pandemonium there. There's 2 lines, one to get on the shuttle and one to go into the building and get your passes. But it's all good. We are here. We've arrived. Almost 20 minutes exactly. And I guess we're gonna wait until some of the crowd thins out and get off of here. Pretty efficient though. So we made it off of the bus and we are at, I don't know, Point Park. A lot less people all of a sudden, which is kind of nice. And man, is it beautiful out here. So there's a restroom right here, so we're gonna go do that and then try to find our way to Crystal Caverns. So a nice lady just stopped us and told us where the bus terminal is, so we're gonna head over there. But before we do that, we've got to do the Bermuda sign. There it is. Say hi, Julie.
Hi.
It's the Bermuda sign. Let's take some selfies. Yay! Still looking for the bus stop. We are on Church Street, and I can't imagine why they might call it Church Street. Perhaps it's because of the big giant church. Not sure. There goes the number 7 to the Dockyard. We don't want that one though. The city is beautiful. Not gonna lie. I think we found it. Looks like it's near the City Hall and Arts Center. Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Here we go. Look, there's even a map. All right, so we found our way to the Crystal Caves entrance. We're on the footpath leading into it. Kind of a crazy bus ride from the bus terminal in Hamilton to the Crystal Caves. And you know, when you get on the bus, tell the driver that's where you want to go, because there's no indication of which stop is which. And so as long as you tell the driver, when he gets there, he'll pull in and let you know this is Crystal Caves. Or just look for the ice cream shop. That is the first thing you see, and it's right by the bus stop for the Crystal Caves. So it's really beautiful out here. I'm glad I wasn't driving. The roads are really narrow and traffic is moving along at a pretty good clip. But man, it's a beautiful ride down through there. So you get to look out to the sea and beautiful, beautiful blue water. So anyway, we're here.
to the ticket office. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome you to both Crystal and Fantasy Caves. All persons wearing a purple number 8.
Welcome to Crystal Caves. I'm just gonna have you.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to show up, so they're smile.
Watch your step.
So we just left the Swizzle Inn. And yes, we had a swizzle or two. They're pretty good. Oh, look at the ruins. The ruins of something. I don't know what. Something historic, I'm sure. Something significant. I'm sure that was the Queen's house at one time. And where there's a queen, there has to be a king. My mama always told me. So now we're walking further away from the port because Julie wants to go up here and see this pretty blue water. It's probably only like, you know, 6 miles away, but
There's probably a bus stop down here somewhere.
oh yeah, yeah.
I see a pink one going that way.
You gotta watch yourself walking here. These trucks will take you out. Like their mirrors are sticking right out into the sidewalk. All right, we're just wandering around St. George's right now. We have no idea what we're doing. We were just in the garden. It was really pretty. The Bermuda Electric Light Company Limited. St. George's substation. High voltage. 295 to 5111. Is that the actual voltage? Is that him? Right there on your right? Your right? Your other right?
Thomas, is that Thomas More? Or More?
You gonna go to the White Horse? I dare you to go sit on a horse and I'll take a picture.
I'll be in restaurant.
Julie is wussing out. She won't go sit on the horse so I can take her picture. Look, there's two of them. There's two of them over there. She's like, nope, not me. Don't get run over. Watch out for the rental. Huh?
Looks like a really nice public area.
Yeah.
Outside there.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Nice place to sit and have a drink or two. Look at this water. I'm just saying.
At your own risk.
How about that cannon? It's got a lot of girth.
Sir George.
Somerset. That's the guy. That is the guy.
Day 2 on the bus to Horseshoe Bay. What time did we get on?
8:50 or something like that.
Over here.
So about 25 minutes.
Probably about a 25-minute bus ride. And it is beautiful out. So it's probably going to be a busy day. So the Norwegian gems, whatever.
Joy.
No,
The Joy
gems pulled out yesterday. And then this morning, first thing, Norwegian Joy pulled in. So, and that one looks like the gem looks small. The Joy looks pretty big. So I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of people on the island today between us and them. But we were able to get off before they were able to get off. They were basically pulling in while we were eating breakfast. There's gonna be a lot of people out here, you think? That sun is like brutal. Here we are. Where do you want to go first? You want to go back here? On the right? So there are a lot of loungers and umbrellas out here on this beach. So I'm guessing later on it's going to be packed. But there's already people out there wading in the water. It's probably beautiful. My shoes are filling with sand already as we speak. I should have my water shoes on right now probably. So everybody's taking glamour shots. Holy smokes, the water is cold. The water is freaking cold. Holy crap. Here, come here. Get on that side of me and we'll. Say hi, Julie.
Hi. It's cold.
Oh, you freezing? So it is beautiful out here at Horseshoe Bay. And it's funny because the weather said it was only supposed to be 69 today. But it feels a lot hotter than that out here in the sun. The water, however, is frigid. But yeah, it's beautiful. And we got here before the crowds, which is pretty sweet. No need for water shoes on this beach. The sand is like powder. It's amazing. Woo, the water's cold though, my goodness gracious. Just when you thought you reached the end of the beach, you haven't. It just keeps going. There, we're gonna go down through this hole over here. I can do it without falling and breaking my neck. Careful, don't get down the sinkhole there. Wow. It's like totally pristine. All right, so we just got done at Horseshoe Bay, spent a couple hours down there. We're gonna go back up the hill here and try to find the lighthouse. And by the way, there's a little path off to the side here. And if you want to avoid the bathrooms and the crowd, you can duck off down this trail here. Walk about a half mile back and take a right, and it'll pull you out right out onto the beach. All right, let's go see if we can find this lighthouse. Well, there's no sidewalks up here on the road. We came back up to the road and we took a left like we thought, but we'll see how long this lasts. It may become treacherous. You definitely don't want to walk close to the roads in Bermuda because a mirror will take you out. Here comes the bus right now.
But it's a nice wide stretch of grass here for now. We'll walk up here and try to find this lighthouse road.
Alas, as it would turn out, the wide grassy strip on the side of the road would disappear. And so we didn't feel like it was really safe to continue on because we would have had to walk on the road. So we turned back and we found a bus stop, and we actually decided that we would take the bus into Hamilton and try to explore that some more. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, the days walking around the beach had taken its toll, and I was personally pretty done for. I was tired and sore, my back hurt, my ankle hurt, so we actually had lunch at a nice little restaurant called the Pickled Onion, and then we boarded the ferry returning back to the dockyards. And, you know, this really points out the fact that, you know, some people think 3 days in one port is too long. But the reality is, at least in our physical condition, there was no way we were going to see everything available to see and do in Bermuda within those 3 days. So it's certainly not too long to be in one port. And in fact, it gives us an excuse to return to Bermuda someday. The island is a very wonderful place. So the plan was on the last day, since that's when we were leaving, we didn't want to take any chances. That was the day that we planned to tour the Dockyards area. All right, last day. Here we go. We don't want to miss the ship, so we're gonna take a tour of the dockyards this morning. We're just gonna wander around and see what's what. Let's go. So I guess the first stop's gonna be the fort. So right after you get off the ship, you walk up the dock and make a right, and you're walking between the walls of the fort. walking up onto the ramparts now. Alright, so we finally made it out of the fort, and I'm telling you, that place is massive. We didn't go in everything. There's lots of little things to hide and find. You could easily spend 2 days at this fort, guaranteed. All the stuff that you can read, the history and everything, it's really cool. We don't have that much time, so we kind of like blasted through the last part of it, the ramparts, and came back down and came outside. There's a little perfume shop too right at the exit if you're interested in that. And so now we're just going to take a little bit of a rest and move on. Alright, we're heading back to the ship because the Navy Dockyard is insane right now. There's a little shopping mall in there. Holy crap. You want to talk about chaotic. Chaos rules the day. So we're gonna head back up on the ship and get lunch and chill out in the sun before we leave. Well, we're back in the room after the last day ashore. And we were out there maybe 3 hours from like 9 to noon. It's about noon now. And we're wiped out. So we came back a little bit early. Final boarding time is 2:30, I believe. So we're probably, I'm assuming we're gonna sail away at 3 o'clock. So now we're just gonna chill on the ship and try and relax a little bit, get off our feet. But it was fun. So the dockyards are really cool, tons of history. You could spend an enormous amount of time down there just going through the different museums and seeing all the stuff inside the fort. And then there's a bunch of shopping, but I'm assuming it's because we are leaving. It's probably mostly MSC people out there. It's a madhouse. It's chaos in all the shops. Everybody's in there trying to get their last minute souvenirs and whatnot. So we didn't do very much of that. I got a coffee cup, Julie got a t-shirt, and we actually bought some of that, what's that perfume called? Lily Bermuda. So Julie got some perfume and I got some cologne. So we did that too. But yeah, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there because it was very, very chaotic inside the stores. So, but yeah, so now we're going to relax on the ship and sail away in another couple hours. Well, here we go. And so our time in Bermuda draws to a close. As wonderful as Bermuda was, and it truly was extraordinary, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the people on this cruise, who were remarkably laid back and friendly. Now I won't reveal any names out of respect for privacy, but if they're watching, they know who they are. From the very beginning in the embarkation terminal, we met a couple from New Jersey who had their son with them, and he would turn out to be the only child in Yacht Club. He was a gregarious young man and loved by all, and why wouldn't he be with such amazing parents? Then there was a group from Massachusetts who had a wicked sense of humor and were always a joy to chat with out on deck. We met and talked with more folks from New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, some people from our home state of Ohio and close by in Pennsylvania, and even some people from as far as Mississippi. Then there was the German couple, and let me tell you, that guy has an enormous amount of patience as I attempted to recall my German, which is nicht so gut. Then there was the crew. In our experience, MSC has wonderful crew members, and this crew was no different. No, Bermuda was indeed a fabulous cruise destination, but it was really the people who made this cruise so special. Anyway, we continued on our merry voyage for another day and a half at sea, before returning to Brooklyn and eventually driving back to Ohio. Overall, we had a fabulous time and highly recommend the cruise to Bermuda in MSC Meraviglia's Yacht Club.